Did you lose your mind yesterday? I mean, did you lose your mind? I lost mine completely. I had friends to help me find it, but I lost my mind for a minute. I just couldn't function. I couldn't believe all the things that were happening. Old people attacking the Capitol. Somebody's sitting in Mama Pelosi's chair. What happened? What's going on? Martha, tell us what's going on here. The day started off as my night ended. I was watching the Georgia elections. Warnoff, he had won against Kelly. Hi, I'm Kelly. I don't have a brain. I'm a 50-year-old Barbie doll. And everything that Donald Trump likes, I like double. Like twice as much. 1, 2, 1, 2. I like double. You know, not an original thought in her head. You know, he almost won in the general election, but in the runoffs, he was no-brainer. The election I was interested in was Ossoff. I hope I'm saying his name right. Because Perdue I didn't like. Perdue, for whatever reason, looked like an old Southern racist. Don't ask me why, but he just did. Ossoff, he made some disparaging and anti-Semitic references to him. And in the first debate, Ossoff owned him. So Perdue made sure that I'm not showing up for the next one. So I'm up all night. My big ass should be asleep. You know, during the day I'm watching, you know, this is Georgia. You should be over. I mean, Florida was done really quickly. So I figured I'd have the results, and then life would be good, and I could skip down the road in my basket, with my basket. But it didn't happen. They said, we're not going to know the results till tomorrow. So it's now tomorrow. You only have a few precincts that you need to cover to some ballots. And, but they won't know until the afternoon. So I go over to my Kindle and I go on Facebook, and NPR is covering the final count for the electoral college, and it was a slam dunk. But you had some grandstanding Republicans, who were standing by Trump. Stand by your Trump. You know, they were standing by him. A lot of it was grandstanding. People preparing for 2022. Some of the senators up for election next year, re-election, and some were planning ahead, maybe running for president. Of all the people who wanted a recount and wanted to ignore what 60 courts and probably 100 judges had all agreed to in all these different states, that he had no proof whatsoever, they wanted to extend it a week and just set up a council, basically defying everything what everybody else has said. But the person that I struggle with is my problem with Ted Cruz of Texas. And Texans, I mean, you know, if you love him, vote for him again. But this man has no soul. In the primaries, Donald Trump talked about his wife. Okay, Godfather, grow up. Come on. This is politics. People talk about your wife. Call her ugly. This is what Donald does. And then he went after his dad. You know, his dad was involved in the Kennedy assassination, played a major role That's 2 hits. So suddenly, the guy is not kissing his ass, he's licking his ass. And how do you reconcile that? How, he said all this stuff. How do you tell your kids why you are up his ass? How do you do that? I mean, this is beyond personal. Family is generally off limits. Unless you're Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump doesn't have any limits. And so it's a done deal. It doesn't make sense. I really don't want to see it. I mean, there's a shortage of sleep. But so I tune over, and next thing I know, I'm on Facebook, and NPR is carrying the count. And NPR and Yahoo is kind of fun. You have these people, and as long as you don't take it personally, I go in and tell jokes. I talked about men's suits and ill-fitting mask, and one girl, she had this screeching voice. You're just annoying. I mean, my God. And then she had these giant pearls. I call them training pearls. She probably bought them on sale at Claire's. But she sound like she's like a sophomore in high school. Bless her heart. I'm sure she's got a wonderful personality. But stop talking. Stop talking. So I've turned on my laptops for whatever reason. So I've got my Kindle, my laptops, and now I'm turning on the big TV. And suddenly there is Donald Trump's. They're going back and forth to his, stop the steal or save the steal campaign that he had been planning for months or weeks. And all of a sudden I hear in the background, he's walking to the Capitol. And they're concerned about the president because this was unplanned. This is something, he's spontaneous. I'm walking to the camp with these 20, 30,000 people. We love Donald. We just love him. Oh my God. It's rigged. They stole it. They believe whatever he says. He's the Messiah. And so they're concerned. And so I'm still NPR, and there's this one woman who's really serious. The thing about social media, you can't get serious, and you shouldn't take anything personal because you don't know these people. You're not likely to ever see these people in life. If they were behind you in the supermarket, you'd probably go, "Hi, how you doing? Were those on sale?" I mean, but people get really caught up. And so I kind of get in there and it's my way of being crazy. Same thing with, pop culture and reality shows. I tell jokes. You're wearing that out? Really? I bet it was on sale at Sears. Something weird. But all of a sudden, I hear it out of my voice that there is violence. People are climbing up. It's like an army of people, and they're attacking my state, my national capital. I mean, I never took the U.S. Capitol as mine. I've never said that before, never thought that way before. But they were attacking my house. I'd never felt that way before. My house was under attack. And so now I'm switching things over. I'm off NPR. I'm switching, I've got news. I got Fox. I've got CNN. I've got MSNBC and one other channel. And it's just amazing. They're descending, but where are the police? Where are the police? Where are the police? There's one police officer to every 10,000 person. And this is the nation's capital. This is where Mama Pelosi is. This is where Mitch McConnell is. This is where they work. Why aren't they protecting our politicians? Even Ted Cruz. I don't want nothing to happen to him. I think Texas could do better, but I don't want nothing to happen to him. Maybe trim that beard. But anyway, is this happening? And so I didn't realize it, but I am freaking the F out. I am on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and I don't realize it. And a friend of mine called me and said, "Are you all right?" Why? Are you all right? I just turned on Facebook. You have typed the same thing over 5 or 6 times and in different rooms. Are you all right? I'm going, can you believe all this stuff is going on? Are you all right? Well, can you imagine? Where are the police? Now, what I learned was, the mayor of DC knew about this conference, knew about the dangers of Donald J. Trump, and she had ordered or asked for the National Guard to protect the Capitol because, there is a police force for the nation's capital and one for the city. And so she asked because, this man is unpredictable. In fact, when you think about it, are we really surprised that he would get this crazy? Really? So where are these people? And I'm thinking, and I can't help it because I've been black all my life and I've been in politics all my life. And if there were black people out there or there were white people wearing Black Lives Matter banners, there would be gunshots. There'd be a lot more tear gas. There would be people handcuffed and laying face down on the ground or cross-legged on a curb. So I'm bothered by that. And my friend said, listen, first of all, I'm not black. I understand where you're coming from, but I need you to look at the people. And I forgot. Trump's base are my age. They're baby boomers. How far are we going to run? Really? How far am I going to run? You ever heard of the 15-second chase? I'm the master of the 10-second chase. All right. I'm tired. I'm done. But it was also amazing that the people who were rioting and breaking in, they were shocked. Oh my God, I can't believe you're arresting us. So the average age of the people, I'm going to say, is 45. You had a couple of 20-somethings in there and 30-somethings, but most of them are at 40s, 50s, and 60s and beyond. But they are in this chamber. They're in hallowed rooms that we've seen all our lives. One guy's in Mama Pelosi's desk taking selfies. Somebody's in the Senate sitting in Mitch's seat. Didn't that make you feel uncomfortable? It made me feel uncomfortable. How is this happening? How is this happening? And my friend, he said, listen, I need you to calm down. I said, I can't believe I'm freaking out like I'm freaking out. And when I looked at what I wrote, and I still have stuff to delete, I really was. I was freaking out. Never. How about you? In your life, have we seen this? Not in our lifetime. Not in our lifetime. We haven't seen this. And they said a 6 o'clock curfew. Well, at 8 o'clock, they were still out there. Now, these are young people, because old people's listen, I got to catch Jeopardy and have my coffee. I know my people. Don't ask me how. But, yeah, a lot of people have gone home. It was pretty much over. Donald Trump who incited the riot, wouldn't tell people to go home. He did make a video that says, he loved the people the patriots that attacked and did all this damage. There he was. And the day ended, the night went on. I think about 1:30. Joe Biden is in. Now he just has to swear him in. It's all done. I have high hopes of 2020. This is the 7th, 2021, I'm sorry. This is the 7th of January, as you're seeing it now. And this is a big explosion. It may not be over, but I do want Donald Trump to pay. You know, the white supremacists on Sunday, I'm on different sites. I'm not going to share the site with you. But they're talking about shooting him in the head, executing Mike Pence, killing Mitch McConnell. This is bad. And it's less than 2 weeks. But I want Donald Trump. I would like to see him, I'd like to see him impeach. I'd like to see him remove him from office. He is a danger to all of us in some way or another. Black people, people of color, not so much. But if you are part of his enemy list, which includes a great deal of Republicans who are loyal to him, because he knows no loyalty, because he needs to be president so he can run out the statute of limitations. It's very possible that he and his children could see jail time. I mean, there are crimes in New York, Maryland, and I believe Virginia wants part of him. And he doesn't give a crap about these people who are loyal to him. He really and truly doesn't. I mean, if they showed up at Mar-a-Lago, one of his resorts, he would call security and have them arrested. Poor people. And I've interviewed a lot of Trump supporters through the years who view him as someone who understands him. They view him as a politician that will come through for them. But, they're baby boomers. And they're disappointed how the Republican Party has treated them through the years, or who've ignored them through the Obama years. There are many people who don't agree with gay marriage. And Obama put that through, and the Republicans didn't try to fight them on it. But I want him to be removed from office. I have a cousin, I have a friend in Sweden said, "Are you all right?" Who'd ever thought America would be like this? Did you? We are the shining beacon, the example for a lot of countries. Say, well, look, in America, they do this. And today, or yesterday, savages, encouraged by the President of the United States, COVID is real. I saw a man at Walmart. He had masks for his daughter, and I think another girl, I'm not sure. But he didn't have a mask on. Even though 50 miles from us in Stockton, the situation there is dire like Los Angeles County. And if you talk to people now, you can talk on the street and you find out there are more and more people who have had it. A few months ago, everybody I knew had it lived out of state. I couldn't relate to it. But I believe, I'm a glass full kind of guy. I believe it's going to get better. But I'd like to see Donald Trump removed. He's just gotten away with too much. And maybe, unlike a movie, I'm not to see him be punished, but he's punished and being punished. He's scared and desperate. And it really doesn't matter about the rest of us. I'm always sad for the people who support him. A lot of people go, why should you care? Because I'm a human being. That's all. Nothing special. So anyway, always with a smile. Better days. Be safe. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. And eventually we'll get that vaccine. But in the meanwhile, we know what to do. talk to you later. My mind has returned. Yes, it has.